doa pembuka majlis kita mulakan dengan ilmu kitab Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah alamin. Hamdan yu'afi ni'amahu wa kafi mazidah. Ya Rabbana kalhamdu kama yanbaghi lis-sultanik. Allah salatan tunjina biha min jamil afat wa taqdilana biha jas wa tafa'una biha indakal jas. Ya Allah, ya Rahman, ya Rahim, ya Malikul Qudus, ya Dzal Jalali wal Ikram. Sungguhnya Engkau Maha mengetahui bahwa kami di sini ingin menimba ilmu yang sangat luas bagi mengembangkan potensi kami sebagai hamba-Mu yang Engkau ridai. Justru berkati dan rahmatilah perhimpunan kami ini. Kurniakanlah kepada kami apa kiranya ilmu-Mu. Sinarilah hati-hati kami dengan cahaya dan hidayah-Mu. Semoga dengannya kami mudah menerima dan menghayati serta mengamalkannya. Ya Allah, ya Rahman, ya Rahim. Kurniakanlah apa kiranya kepada kami kesihatan anggota, kecergasan minda, ketenangan jiwa, kekuatan semangat. Semoga dengannya kami mampu mendapati cabaran, berdaya saing dan mampu mengangkat martabat diri, keluarga, organisasi, masyarakat dan negara. Walhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Taqabbal minkum minna wa minkum taqabbal ya karim. Kita persilakan Dr. Osman dengan jawapan yang remark.
Alright. Okay, terima kasih Coach. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammad asyrafil anbiya'il mursalin wa ala alihi wasahbihi ajmain. Terima kasih Coach kerana ini menganjurkan kita punya regular sesi IBC ya. Ini kali kelima Coach ya. Dah kali kelima ya.
Ya Dato'.
Alhamdulillah kita pun mendapat sambutan, you know. Ini one of the activity yang MCAM Muslim Coach Association Malaysia kita anjurkan so that we can share learning to people, especially usahawan-usahawan, so that we can learn, we can grow and we can become better lah in whatever bidang yang kita ceburi. Saya mengalu-alukan lah apa yang Coach Asril and the team doing, because kalau kita go back to the fundamental, bila kita ni nanti tak ada di dunia ni, 3 benda je yang kita tinggalkan dalam hidup kita. Satu, anak yang saleh. Kedua, you know, amal jariah kita, sedekah kita. Yang ketiga, ilmu yang manfaat, yang boleh mendatangkan kebaikan kepada ummah. So mudah-mudahan dengan apa usaha kita ni, kita akan dapat sesuatu yang baik, insyaAllah, mudah-mudahan. So to start off ni, saya just nak say a few things. Coach, kalau ada bising-bising sikit ni kat rumah mak ni, malam-malam ada cucu-cucu semua. So standard lah. Muslim Coach Association Malaysia was launched really to help people, especially among the Muslims, you know. We want people to think differently. There are things that, some of the things that we say, you got to think out of the box and so forth. But what more importantly, kita nak orang ni dia buat sesuatu tu, kenalah cara-cara Islam. Kalau boleh kita ikutlah sunnah Nabi, cara Rasulullah, macam mana dia berniaga dan sebagainya. Kita tak menipu, kita ada integriti, kita buat yang terbaik. We always want to do things better, you know? So that's how hopefully through all this IBC series kita will be able to do that. Saya sebagai individu, you know, I'm a great believer, in coaching and mentoring. I'm also a great believer in reaching out for help. Kita kadang-kadang walaupun kita tahu banyak benda dalam hidup kita, kita mungkin tahu banyak pasal bisnes kita, pasal pekerjaan kita, but doesn't mean that we know everything. That's why sesi macam ni is very good kalau kita participate, kita ask question, kita open up our thinking, and that's how we can learn something new. In fact, bila saya tengok macam sesi hari ni yang akan dikongsi oleh Cik Muhammad Faizal kita, MD of FA Herbs. I mean, he's going to share with us macam mana from the lab sampai dia boleh bawa kembangkan business to the world and so forth. So for us, it's something that we can pick up and gunakan apa juga learning yang kita dapat supaya kita boleh lebih membantu kita dalam apa juga bidang yang kita lakukan. I always say this to myself and I always say this to people. As long as we're willing to learn and we're willing to work hard, kita tak payah nak worry pasal result. Result tu kita serah pada Allah SWT je. Kita tak payah nak risau. Tapi usaha tu kita kena buat. Nah, kadang-kadang banyak juga saya dengar kadang-kadang ada orang kan, dia rasa payah, dia rasa susah, dia rasa banyak sangat dugaan, halangan dan sebagainya. And that's part and parcel of life. That's part and parcel of how we do business, we do our work. Nothing comes easy in life. Even kalau kita tengok sejarah Rasulullah, hidup Rasulullah. I mean, what he's trying to do, dia cuma nak kembangkan Islam je. Even for that pun dia tak boleh. Even di tanah lahir dia sendiri di Mekah, dia tak dapat buat. Dia dapat wahyu, dia kena keluar daripada Mekah, dia kena pergi ke Madinah. That's how dikembangkan. Even apa yang dia buat benda yang baik pun orang dengki, orang tak suka, orang marah, orang hina dan sebagainya. Itu Rasulullah. So apa lagi kita yang kadang-kadang halangan yang kita dapat sikit-sikit pun kadang-kadang kita give up. And we should not do that. Sebab kalau selagi kita berusaha, selagi kita minta dengan dia, selagi itulah dia akan mendengar. And then you never know, There are days yang mana satu kita akan dapat keredaan Allah SWT, and then as a result of that we will do better in our life. Now, I will touch a lot juga dalam kalau you dengar cara saya bercakap, I will touch a lot about learning. Sebab kita ni tak kira lah umur kita berapa tahun sekalipun, there's always room for improvement. There's always a room for us to learn. The minute kita stop learning, we stop growing. This is something that people must understand. That's why kadang-kadang kita nampak orang tu mungkin dia hari-hari pergi ke surau, hari-hari pergi ke masjid, tak pernah tinggal semayang dan sebagainya, umur dah 60 lebih, tapi perangai masih lagi macam budak-budak. Kenapa? Kerana tak ada benda yang dia dengar, yang dia pelajari yang betul-betul boleh masuk dalam diri dia. That's why there's a difference between learning, there's a difference between knowing and learning. There's a difference between knowing and wisdom. Banyak orang know a lot of things. Banyak orang, dia tahu macam-macam benda. Tapi dia tak menjadi. Sebab tak ada benda yang dia dapat tu dihayati dalam kehidupan dia. That's something that we don't want. So participant yang ada hari ni, saya tak tahulah berapa orang, mungkin 20-30 orang hari ni kan. So
34, Dato' Osman.
Berapa dah? Berapa?
34.
Alhamdulillah. So you listen to Faizal, you pick up, ada benda yang dia dah buat, ada benda yang dia belajar, ada benda yang tak menjadi. These are the things that we can pick up and learn and use it in our life. I want to share you one experience saya di Nebraska, di Omaha pada tahun 2000 berapa itu, 2009 ke 2010 ke. Saya ke Omaha, Nebraska. So saya dapatlah peluang, saya attend Warren Buffett punya AGM. Kita semua dengar nama Warren Buffett ni lah. Top 5 maybe richest man in the world. It's not about the richness of him, but I want to share with you apa yang berlaku, apa yang dia cakap, yang saya rasa hari ni pun menjadi satu perkara yang saya once in a while I think about it lah. Okay, one of the thing dia Warren Buffett ni memang every year AGM dia will attract at least about 40,000 people. In fact, pagi tu saya kena beratur daripada pukul 6:30 pagi to go into the Omaha Center tu pukul 8 for the meeting. And you dengar dia bercakap dengan Charlie Munger, bercakap and so forth. So during the break tu saya pun cubalah. Bukanlah dia kenal saya. Saya kenal dia lah, dia tak kenal saya. Tapi saya cuba-cubalah nak selit-selitkan. Tapi agak je dia nampak, mungkin dalam ramai-ramai Mak Saleh tu, saya ni orang lain sikit, kulit lain sikit. So dia tanya, dia kata, young man, what can I do for you? So saya secara spontan pun saya bertanya dia, Warren, if I want to become like you, what should I do? You know apa dia jawab kat saya? Cakap, Warren, if I want to become like you, what should I do? Warren cakap, jawab dia pada saya, young man, learn as much as you can. In fact, the word before that, dia kata, young man, be humble and learn as much as you can. Now, this is someone coming from someone yang kaya dalam hidup. So, be humble. Apa maksudnya humble? Humble tu makna humility. Apa maksud humility? Ada satu definition humility by Ken Blanchard. Ken Blanchard terkenal lah dengan buku Situational Leadership, One Minute Manager and so forth. Dia kata humility ni definition from him. Humility are people who don't think less about themselves, except they think about themselves less. I repeat. Humility are people who don't think less about themselves, except they think less about themselves. So kita ni jangan rasa kita ni tak bagus, jangan rasa kita ni tak guna, jangan rasa kita ni tak berjaya. Remember, kita dilahirkan sebagai khalifah. We are special in our own way. Tak payahlah orang nak mengata kita ni tak bagus dan sebagainya. Tapi kita must be humble, because there are things that we do not know, and this is where we reach out as something sesi like pagi ni, for us to learn and become better. So these are the things that sometimes once in a while we make me think and try to understand certain things about life. Now, part of my career, saya di Saudi Arabia, 7 tahun saya bekerja dengan Abdul Latif Jamil. Ini dia lah syarikat Toyota. But Abdul Latif Jamil is the largest private Toyota distributor in the world. They are big. Just to give you some idea how big they are, masa Toyota Malaysia jual 80,000 biji kereta, dia dah jual 320,000 biji. So 4 kali ganda lebih besar daripada Toyota Malaysia. So one of the things that saya banyak being exposed to Japanese management. So one of the Japanese word ni yang really resonate in me is something called ikigai. What is ikigai? You kalau pergi bookstore, MPH ke Popular tu, you boleh belilah buku ikigai. But what's the meaning of ikigai to Japanese? Ikigai ni maksudnya the reason why you get up every morning from bed. Kenapa kita bangun tidur tiap-tiap hari? Ikigai ni maksudnya we must have purpose in life. Kita orang Islam, for those of us orang Islam ni kan memang kita ada benda ni dalam Quran, dalam hadis dan sebagainya. We must have a purpose in life, and that purpose is something for us to fulfill. It's beyond just profit, it's beyond dollars and cents. So what I'm trying to say here that if you have all this, we understand some of this in our life, I think we can go far in whatever we do. But fundamentally ni juga saya nak cakap, ramai ke orang-orang, ramai ke usahawan, sometimes they are into something, but they are not really happy about it. Now, if you're not happy, apa juga bidang yang kita ceburi, tapi kita teruskan sebab maybe kita rasa kita tak ada pilihan, maybe kita rasa kita dah banyak sangat invest, maybe kita rasa itu je lah yang kita boleh buat. I tell you, if we're not happy, then something is wrong somewhere. I remember ikigai, the reason why we get up in the morning. There is a purpose. In order for us to achieve that purpose, we must be happy. Now, you don't have to agree with me, but I just want you to think about it and see whether it makes sense in one life or not. Now, last but not least, I like to share or leave you with something. And because all of us are leaders in our own way. You're a leader in your business, you're a leader at home, some of us are leader in our community and so forth. But more importantly, what it takes to become a leader. Sebab tu dalam Islam kata, kita jangan minta jadi pemimpin. Tapi kalau kita diberi tanggungjawab sebagai pemimpin, kita tak boleh lari daripada tanggungjawab. Now, in whatever role that you play, which you are going to learn today juga from Faizal nanti, but remember as a leader, as an entrepreneur, you got to understand a few fundamental. Ini bukan saya yang cakap. Ini based on research yang dijalankan oleh Gallup. Pertamanya, kita kena ada drive. Kita kena ada energy. Kita kena ada kekuatan dalaman. We must always have this zoom, this whatever yang ada dalam diri kita. If you don't have that, you tak boleh bangun pagi feeling great about life. You got to have that. You must have that. The drive tu kena ada dalam diri kita. Macam mana kita nak dapat drive ni? Banyak cara. Kita belajar, kita baca buku, kita pergi masjid, kita dengar orang cakap, kita dengar ceramah, kita tanya-tanya orang. That's how we develop this drive within ourselves. Itu pertama, kita kena ada that drive. Yang kedua, based on research, kita kena ada wawasan, kita kena ada direction. Kita kena tahu apa yang kita nak dalam hidup kita. Setengah orang tak tahu apa dia nak dalam hidup dia, itu yang kata kesera-sera. Tak boleh. Kita tak boleh bangun pagi, kita kat KL, kita kata, tak tahu apa nak buat, bawa kereta, drive kereta, aku sampai Seremban. Sampai dah aku Seremban. Itu bukan wawasan, itu bukan direction. Kalau kita ni orang yang ada wawasan, kita ada direction dalam hidup kita, malam semalam kita dah tahu dah, matlamat aku, besok pagi aku nak ke Seremban. Oleh kerana kita nak ke Seremban dan kita cari jalan. Sama ada aku nak ikut highway, sama ada aku nak ikut jalan lama, sama ada aku nak buat bayar tol, siapa aku nak jumpa, sebab dan sebagainya. That's what direction is all about. Now, nothing wrong in thinking big. Nothing wrong in jadi mak jenin. Orang kadang-kadang buat apa? Buat cerita-cerita ini, cerita mak jenin. Tapi nothing wrong jadi mak jenin. Dreaming is free. Ada wawasan dalam hidup kita ni percuma, tak payah kita nak bayar pun. And everything is created twice. First is created in the mind. You got to see it in your minda, barulah kita boleh berlaku, benda tu boleh berlaku dalam hidup kita. Yang ketiga, ada drive, ada direction tak cukup kalau kita tak ada ability to influence. Setengah orang influencing sebab kita, bukan sebab pangkat kita, bukan sebab siapa kita, tapi the ability to influence tu macam mana we can get things done. Kalau kita tak dapat cara ni, kita cari jalan, cara macam mana kita nak reach out to people, macam mana kita nak minta pertolongan, macam mana kita nak cari coach, macam mana kita nak buat apa-apa dalam hidup kita selagi yang kita mampu agar kita boleh ada that ability, keupayaan untuk influence. Then we're able to do things in our life. Dan yang keempat pula, ada tiga ni lagi masih tak cukup. Kalau kita tak ada keupayaan, ada ability to build and maintain relationship. Nothing comes easy in life. Be it your career ke, your business ke, I'm sure you can ask Faizal afterwards. Nothing comes easy in life. Sometimes we go through failure, macam-macam. Tapi kita need help. And no man is an island by himself, by herself. So we got to develop lah relationship dengan orang, dengan kawan-kawan, dengan saudara mara ke, dengan siapa-siapa. Because the importance of relationship ni will take us far in our life. In building that relationship, kalau you baca buku Stephen Covey, 7 Habits and so forth, you got to keep building deposit dalam relationship you. Macam kita masuk duit dalam bank account lah. The more deposit, the more money you have at the end of the day. And finally, ada drive, ada direction, ada ability to influence, boleh build relationship, maintain relationship, but nothing works if you are not able to execute. You got to get things done. Cerita je, tapi kita tak boleh nak produce result. Then kita tak ke mana lah dalam hidup kita, dalam bisnes kita dan sebagainya. Okay, so I'm leaving you guys with that. Hopefully something that you can reflect, you think about it. I always say this, you don't have to agree with me, but jangan reject lah. Balik, you take it around, see whether it makes sense or not in your life. If it makes sense, use it, because at the end of the day, it's your life. It's something that you want to achieve. Because kita nak go pun nanti in this world, ada orang cakap dengan saya, tak apa, kita nak kebahagiaan di akhirat nanti, all that. Betul. That's what kita punya purpose pun, our intent, kita nak kejar benda yang itu. Dalam itu, jangan kita pula lupa apa yang ada dalam dunia ni kan. So you do your best lah. You do your best in this world and you prepare yourself for the next world, and insyaAllah in the process, you become a better human being, insyaAllah. Okay, with that, thank you very much, Coach. Saya serahkan balik pada you, and then mudah-mudahan majlis kita hari ini mendapat keridaan Allah SWT. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah, tabarakallahu ta'ala. Syukran jazilan, Datuk Osman, as always, very inspiring. Okay, ini dia, profile Faizal. Banyak mengenai dia. Kita boleh panggil dia pakar negara, pakar industri dalam bidang dia. Jadi sekarang ni kita persilakan Tuan Faizal yang bersemangat untuk berkongsi. Silakan Tuan Faizal.
Alright. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Coach. Kita pun dah kenal each other. My God, dah I think berpuluh tahun lah.
Yes. Masa you bujang sampai sekarang.
Masih bujang. I only have cats and happy. And then thank you very much Datuk Rosman for that kind word. Memang betul apa Datuk Rosman cakap tu, memanglah betul sangat. You know, especially mengenai apa yang Datuk Rosman cakap pasal memula sekali, especially mengenai sharing of knowledge. Kadang I talk a lot about my experience, apa yang kita banyak buat salah, apa yang kita buat betul, you know, our success, our failure. I'm very honest about that. And but my few take back apa yang Datuk cakap that resonate very closely with me. Satu is like sharing. Sharing ni banyak orang kadang dia tak tahu. Macam you know, this mentality orang kita kan cakap, oh 90% simpan 10%. I think that's very wrong. That's why orang nanti makin lama, the next generation makin bodoh. Pasal tiap-tiap seorang bagi 90%, 90%, 100%, by the time like 10 generation, tinggal 10% saja knowledge. Less than 10%, you know. Pasal keep on diluting. And this is such a wrong mentality. I had before orang datang kilang, dia pretend lah kononnya nak buat produk. Tapi bila dia tanya soalan tu, I pun heran dia punya soalan tu banyak kepada manufacturing. So I tanya dia betul-betul dekat, actually you datang ni nak buat kilang, nak buat produk ke atau you nak buat kilang? And then dia quite malu lah because I catch him kan. And dia kata actually minta maaf lah, kami actually datang ni pasal belajar nak buat kilang, kami pun ada plan nak buat kilang gitu ni. I said cakap je lah. So I brought him to the factory. And I share with him everything. Dia pun terperanjat. You know, kenapa you share? I said, yeah, because the more you share, the more you learn. And that is something that, you know, yang kita kadang-kadang ni kita takut nak share. You know, so macam our kind of business, I'm not gonna talk a bit about too much about tanah merah. Kalau nak tanya pasal tanah merah, later you boleh ask me during the question and answer. Because nanti I cakap pasal tanah merah, nanti orang cakap, oh dia ni short sendiri pula, you know, too proud. So and that's another thing that I learn also about humility, you know, because saya tengok kadang-kadang kita ni, especially orang kita, Coach, the new style of business mesti nak menunjuk-nunjuk. I pun tak faham, Coach, how this type of mentality, dia nak menunjuk-nunjuk, konon baru ni beli bag untuk anak 50,000. I don't know, I mean, kita orang tak biasa lah, maybe kita old school mengenai itu kan. So let me start my sharing lah. Okay, my title ialah from kitchen to lab to the world. You know, how to build a world-class product working with what we have. Minta maaf, my presentation selalu in English, tapi kita campur-campur lah. Kalau you nak tanya any question, later you can always WhatsApp me directly atau during the question and answer. The title of my talk ni, because kita nak mempertunjukkan yang it is possible sebagai Malaysian company, Malaysian brand, for us to go international. And this is something that, you know, orang kita ni kadang-kadang rasa we are not good enough. You know, kita mesti nak cakap jual kat Malaysia je lah, you know. That's why you see a lot of other the non-bumi company, they are very active internationally. You know, in fact, kalau saya pergi exhibition international, 99% lah yang datang daripada Malaysia selalu is like non-bumi company. And also kadang kita punya mentality sendiri. You know, for example, every time kalau, and this is something that I selalu challenge the government, because every time they nak organize event, mesti nak buat kat Mara, mesti nak buat kat PKNS, mesti nak buat, you know, macam orang produk Melayu ni mesti jual kepada Melayu saja. Apa salahnya kita kalau jual kepada orang lain? Kita kena break this mentality that we are not good enough. You know, we are good. Malay culture is amazing, and Tanah Merah have proven it. You know, and you'll be surprised some of my client. Nanti later you can see some of my client. Even though kita proudly Malay, tapi we are international standard. So a bit about our company. I don't want to cakap too much pasal about my company. I just gonna glance through it. You know, about what we can do, what we cannot do. Tapi I just nak to focus a lot more on how do you develop a good quality product. You know, kita orang ni literally start belakang rumah. You know, kita buat belakang rumah masa dulu my mother buat jamu. You know, buat jamu, you know, like isi kapsul dengan tangan, buat jamu, orang cakap jamu tai kambing, you know, yang bulat-bulat tu gentle dengan tangan. My mother punya postnatal memang popular daripada dulu. Gaul dengan tangan, dia punya param, dia punya pilih sampai air tangan terbakar pasal allergic kepada some of the oils. I remember very well. So kena pakai special glove, you know, nak mix. Kita semua pakai tangan saja. That slowly bit by bit kita improve our factory. Alhamdulillah kita dapat loan daripada Bank Pembangunan many years ago, 1997. And then bila 1999 kita dapat buat our first factory yang kat atas tu kat Kuala Selangor. Sekarang factory tu fokus hanya kepada pembuatan makanan suplemen macam kapsul, body kapsul, herbal tea dan macam-macam lah. And then we got some investor to come in, and then kita start expanding into our personal care side. So yang kilang kat bawah tu kita buat body wash, shampoo, scrub. And then kita ada lagi satu kilang dekat situ, kita buat sabun, bar soap, you know. And kita orang pun ni pasal kita fokus banyak pada quality. Kita ni bukan syarikat yang buat satu produk beratus ribu container. We are not that. Kita memang daripada dulu lagi kita tahu yang kita ni we cannot compete with bigger companies yang dia ikut sen, you know, dia punya saving tu. We are not like that. So kita fokus something kepada lain. Instead of selling kancil, we sell Mercedes-Benz. You know, kita fokus kepada very high premium quality product yang harga tak mahal. You know, tak adalah murah sangat, tapi yang quality-nya kita fokus hanya kepada quality dan reasonably price. Alhamdulillah kita dapat full GMP. Kita GMP stage 3 dan 4. Metode ubatan tradisional dan kosmetik. Kita dah ISO dah lama dah, and a few other award lah untuk buat pemakanan and all that. So yeah, this is a bit about our focus and our advantage. Satu, memang kita ni macam-macam experience. You know, kita dah 24 tahun kita buat produk, and our concept is always very different. You know, kita tend to focus on something new. You know, instead of something what everybody else is doing, we try to come up with a better formulation, better concept, better ideas, you know. And then bila kita come up with an idea, kadang that's why for me, bila I have many time yang klien datang, and then dia cakap, Cik Faisal ada katalog tak? I said, no, kita tak ada katalog. Kalau you datang to my factory, or datang jumpa me, memang kita orang satu katalog tak ada. You know, especially untuk produk. Pasal when we decide kalau nak buat produk ni, kita kena tahu apa yang you perlukan. So you have to come to us. So you kena tahu apa yang you nak. You know? Jangan datang, memang banyak orang datang kadang-kadang cakap, oh Cik Faisal, apa yang popular saya nak jual. You have, you know, kalau you yourself as a marketer kan, you have no idea which market you want to go, which product you want to focus on. It's very, very difficult. So you have to think dulu. You have to think dulu cakap, oh kalau you minat, oh I suka produk untuk lelaki. You know, so you focus pada produk pada lelaki. And then you jumpa kat Cik Faisal, saya nak buat produk untuk lelaki. Then it's easier. Then I can actually come and explain, cakap, okay, what about this, what about that? Then I will start, my team will start researching. Kita cari the latest ingredient. Dulu sebelum COVID ni, I used to travel a lot. Rindu juga travelling kadang-kadang ni. Tapi ada lagi seronok duduk kat Malaysia ni. And my job, other than, because even before COVID ni, I jarang pergi international exhibition. That one my team and my sister yang handle lah. By the way, kita ni family business lah. Memang start belakang rumah dengan my mom. Tapi my mom memang dia tak involve sangat lah. Dia dah alhamdulillah retire, sihat dia. So my sisters Farida, Fauzia, me, and then my brother. And then alhamdulillah my brother-in-law also join, and now I have two of my nephew kerja kita orang, tapi kerja daripada bawah, angkat barang, kerja store, tak ada management langsung. None of them are management. Kalau they are not good, tak payahlah nak rasa boleh naik jadi management. So now alhamdulillah my latest staff, my niece. And my niece ni dia belajar traditional Chinese medicine di Shanghai. Tapi dia dah balik pasal COVID, dia dah nak habis. Mungkin insyaAllah dia kena balik ke Shanghai untuk 1 tahun lagi. So she herself have a lot of interest dalam herbal ni. Pasal that's why dia pergi China in Shanghai traditional Chinese medicine just to belajar traditional Chinese medicine. And under full scholarship by the Chinese government. Memang dia ni pandai. Speak perfect Chinese and all that. Alhamdulillah, dia memang gifted lah macam my mom. So now she come back and now she's also working with us, you know. Tapi kerja production. Even though dah ada degree, kerja still production. Kita tengok dia macam mana. Kalau production bagus, dan kita masukkan ke QC. Okay. This is what we can do. Just going to go through it very, very fast so you have an idea apa produk, kalau you nak cakap kita orang, apa produk yang kita boleh buat. Basuh, kita ada mesin, 1 kilang hanya untuk buat basuh saja. Dan kita ni, kalau basuh ni kita tak buat banyak, kita start 3,000 unit kita dah boleh buat. Pasal kebanyakan kilang sabun ni, sekali nak buat 30,000, 40,000 pasal mesin dia besar. So kita fokus pada premium kind of soap. Dan kita buat ada liquid soap line, kita ada buat capsulation untuk ubatan traditional, herbal supplement, cream and gel, powder sachet kalau macam orang nak buat collagen, semua kita boleh buat. And then herbal tea, some of our client are very big in herbal tea. And then pasal COVID ni kita also ada buat banyak pada hand sanitizer. And then of course itu yang bawah tu traditional pill ni, ini turun-temurun daripada my mother lah, ni yang saya cakap tadi. Pil tai kambing orang dulu. Dia ada cara nak buat ni, bukannya senang nak buat ni. And of course apa yang kita banyak popular ialah pre and postnatal care lah. We are very, very popular untuk our postnatal punya produk ni. I think I ada one more miss. Oils. Orang sekarang kalau nak buat essential oil, you talk to us. Kita memang specialize in essential oil. Kita supply to big companies doing essential oil. Kita supply to Amway special project, kita dah buat untuk Tupperware. Now kita talking to a few multinational untuk buat their essential oil range. Kita boleh buat blend, kita boleh buat single, macam-macam kita boleh mengenai essential oil. Ini gambar kilang kita. Yang tengok atas ni sabun. So all our staff 100% tempatan. Kita memang tak focus on imported what do you call it, foreign labor. Kita daripada dulu sampai sekarang, ni my brother ni dia yang fokus kepada kilang sabun. So he's in charge of kilang sabun. You know, so tengoklah ni sabun apa ni, sabun tanah merah ni, brown soap yang quite popular lah. So kita memang, kita mana kilang kita ada, kita cari orang tempatan, kita payah lebih sikit, you know, but we take care of them. Lepas. Kita also ada lab facilities tapi tak adalah fancy sangat. Ini apa yang kita boleh buat. Alhamdulillah lab facilities ni kita dapat support daripada SME Corp. Datuk Hafsah memang banyak bantu kita lah. Datuk Hafsah daripada kita mula, she's like my big sister lah. Ada orang SME Corp ni memang, kalau ada orang SME Corp dalam grup ni memang dikenal kita orang lah. Dengan Datuk Hafsah ni selalu is the type like, selalu kadang dia marah, dia tegur and all that. I remember the last time I cakap kat dia cakap minta maaf lah Faisal, I selalu tegur you. You know, cakap Datuk, cakap kalau you tak tegur, siapa nak tegur? Kan? Pasal you nak menegur ni pun bukannya menegur pasal you sakit hati. You menegur ni pasal you sayang. You know? Kita orang dengan dia daripada kita mula-mula lagi, dia alhamdulillah dia nampak kita punya potential. And dia memang banyak support kita. I sampai sekarang lah, kalau jumpa Datuk Hafsah, anything she ask me to do, I will do. You know, dia memang, dia dah, I know dia dah bukan dalam SME Corp lagi, tapi she's like, for us, she's like a legend lah. Memang kita orang memang sayang sangat dia. So dia yang help us to give us a grant untuk buat our own lab. Tapi mana yang kita perlukan, kita boleh, kalau macam nak lagi macam heavy metal, kita boleh buat di lab luar. Okay, so this is why I say we are only as good as our client. If you can see our client, of course Tanah Merah is the biggest client pasal kita buat produk untuk Tanah Merah. You can see ni Amway. Banyak orang tak tahu tapi Amway punya set bersalin tu, tu kita buat. Kita dah jual, kita design dan jual kat Amway dah 19 tahun kita buat set bersalin tu. Sampai sekarang lagi ada lagi produk-produk lain, and insyaAllah kita tahun ni kita launch 2 lagi produk dengan Amway, and tahun depan lagi 2. So tak boleh cakap lah sekarang, tapi it's a very interesting product kita tengah buat sekarang ni. Kena masuk melalui all the dapatkan halal and all that. So, and one of the thing when I talk to coach is that I told coach a couple of months ago, coach, I cakap the problem we have, especially yang tengok kebanyakan produk, especially produk orang kita ni, dia marketing dia memang very strong. Tapi produk quality, you know, and then yang paling sakit hati lah, or yang paling patah hati lah saya sebagai orang Melayu kan, saya tengok kebanyakan produk-produk adulterant ni, banyakkannya produk Melayu. Penuh dengan mercury, tritonin, minta maaf saya cakap ni, kalau ada yang terkecil hati, tritonin, I pernah ada orang datang my office, ini memang ada orang kecil hati cakap ni lah, datang nama Tuan Haji, datang pakai songkok, sini hitam, you know, semayang tak tinggal obviously, tapi boleh suruh saya buat tongkat ali tapi nak taruh sildenafil atau tadalafil inside, nak tahu Viagra atau Stylis inside. Dia kata, tak boleh tu Haji. Mana boleh ni? Dia kata, alah Cik Faisal, banyak orang buat, apa salahnya? Bagi tongkat ali juga, ni tak boleh tu Haji. Dia kata, benda ni salah. Pasal dia boleh memudaratkan. He was like arguing with me, trying to convince me to taruh benda ni. So finally, because kita orang tak buat benda macam tu, kita ni dengan Kementerian Kesihatan, kita follow the rules. So at the end of the day, saya cakap kat dia, minta maaf lah Tu Haji, benda ni saya tak buat. Dia salah daripada segi undang-undang dan salah daripada segi agama. Bila saya cakap salah bagi segi agama tu, dia bermasam muka lah, dia terus left. And that is the problem that we have kadang-kadang, especially produk kita ni. Halal dan haram dia tak clear. Kalau produk tu, tapi kalau benda yang ada macam orang cakap, oh ada DNA babi, oh, Masya Allah. Oh, dunia dah akhir dah ni. Kalau ada DNA babi, everybody react. It's like the end of the world. Tapi taruh mercury dalam tu, okey, tak apa. Taruh tritonin dalam tu, okey, tak apa. taruh apa ni benda-benda yang membahayakan steroid untuk control acne, okey tak apa. Ini tak boleh. Benda ni kalau you tengokkan produk yang ada DNA babi ni dengan produk yang ada mercury ni 1000 kali lebih haram. Pasal dia boleh memudaratkan. Kalau perempuan pregnant pakai mercury cream, it would affect the janin. I know somebody yang pakai mercury cream dah bertahun, bila dia berhenti, muka dia naik jerawat macam gila. And then dia kena pakai produk kita, alhamdulillah tu, tapi tak sampai 3 tahun lepas tu, brain cancer. Pass away. So jangan main-main produk-produk macam ni. You have to make sure produk yang kita pakai, jangan cakap yang kita buat, produk yang kita pakai ni mesti safe. Itu yang paling penting sekali. Bukan efektif. For me, when I develop a product, rule number 1 must be safe. Effectiveness is rule number 2. Kalau produk tu tak safe, I would not do it. That is memang daripada dulu sampai sekarang. And we lost client because of that. We lost very big client. I'm not going to mention name. Very big client because they want us to put benda-benda macam ni. We walk out and say not interested. So a good bumi brand like our dan kita banyak support Anugerah. Tapi sekarang dah kurang sikit lah. Kita pun haven't developed a product for Anugerah. Dia memang good quality product. Ning Salma, SKV kita ada buat produk untuk dia korang and all that. So saya punya mission, and this was what I told coach, is that saya nak cari more bumi company, bukan multinational company. I want to help bumi company to grow their product, and this is what this talk is all about. Okay, coach, how much more time do I have?
Till 11:30, but kalau apa-apa dia sampai pukul 12.
Okay, alright. Because I nak fokus kepada Q&A. Okay, apa ni? This stage is how to create a world-class product. What do we have as a country? That's why I kadang orang kita ni, saya rasa kita ni ada macam inferiority complex sikit. Kita rasa kalau kita buat produk kita ni hanya bagus untuk orang kita saja, hanya bagus untuk orang Melayu saja. Our experience with Tanah Merah have proven that's not true. Kalau tengok Tanah Merah ni, the concept Tanah Merah ni, it is a Malay product, proudly Melayu. Tak ada nama Le, Order, tak ada nama macam orang nama Perancis, nama Mat Saleh, nama pun Melayu, Tanah Merah, Tanah Merah, kita sambungkan. So orang senang sikit nak pronounce. We are very proud of the fact. And I know some people, bila dia tengok, kadang I give talk kan, dia kata, Tanah Merah ni produk Melayu ke? Saya kata, ya memanglah produk Melayu kan. Pasal nama pun Tanah Merah, nama pun Melayu. That's why I make it a point, if I go for any event, I pakai baju Melayu. Oi, Masya Allah. Sorry, kucing ni gila sikit. So, dia kalau tengah ni, tu I tak boleh kerja kat rumah, dia mesti nak menyemak. So, kita sebagai orang, kita ni, orang Melayu ni, kita macam-macam stories tau. Kita punya turun-temurun, Masya Allah, kaya as a country. Our heritage is amazing. Malaysia as a country being multicultural, and only multicultural tu dia bukan hanya limit Melayu, Cina, India. You tengok orang kita ni, especially orang Melayu ni, kita ni macam sponge. Kita absorb knowledge. Kita daripada dulu lagi. Even our language kan, coach, our language kan macam-macam influence kan. Daripada Portugese, daripada Chinese, Sanskrit, Arabic, Macam I have a friend who's a Portuguese. Bila kita compare the word kan, macam almari. In Portuguese is lemari. Kita absorb the word and kita absorb the food. Malay food ni is amazing. Kita memang absorb, and kita ada cerita. We have amazing stories. A good example that I like to give is actually kalau macam kita orang pergi Jepun kan, everybody suka beli that rice cracker, padahal tak ada benda, just a rice cracker je. Tapi kalau you beli kat airport, backpack you nak beli rice cracker je yang ada inori, yang ada seaweed tu and all that. Kalau ikutkan our tumpi dengan tempeyek 1000 kali lagi sedap, if you ask me. I love the rice cracker, tapi tumpi tempeh ni kalau makan, I don't allow in my house. Kalau ada kat rumah memang habis. Tengok TV especially tak boleh berhenti makan tumpi dengan tempeh ni. Punyalah sedap. Tapi kita tak pertengahkan, kita tak fokus kepada our history and all that. Kita ni kadang-kadang shock sangat dengan produk dari luar tapi kita tak tengok produk yang kita ada. For example orang banyak tak tahu, orang kita pun tak tahu ni. My friend who's an anthropologist, he's a researcher anthropologist, dalam the Malay culture kat Malaysia ni ada 70 something jenis kari. Kari aja tau. Ada 70 lebih jenis kari. Dia anthropologist, dia dah buat research. That's amazing. But kita sendiri kadang tak pandang produk kita kan. Kita punya produk ni, especially bila kita pergi overseas, we are considered as exotic. Memang kita ni unique in the world. Produk Malaysia have a very good reputation. Orang tak cakap produk Malaysia ni macam produk China, low quality. Tak. Produk China pun sekarang tak low quality. Produk China sekarang ada very high quality. So, and we have stories. Macam when we go international exhibition, we tell the story about our set bersalin, our postnatal, how we kena berkurung 44 hari, how mothers are treated very well. Ada orang jaga urut, orang jaga baby. Oh, Mak Saleh suka. Jepun suka benda-benda macam ni, memang dia suka. And also we have very strong regulatory dan good reputation as a country. Memanglah kita orang kalau dengan Kementerian Kesihatan memang selalu bergaduh dengan Kementerian Kesihatan pasal mereka ni nak kontrol sangat kita rasa. Tapi because of that, the good thing that come out of it is that our regulation is very tight. Unfortunately, orang kita ni bila produk daripada luar negara, dia ingat lagi elok. I can tell you this for a fact. I have traveled all over the world. I can tell you for a fact. Malaysia punya produk yang follow pemantauan ni is much better quality than produk daripada overseas. Kalau kat US, you tak ada regulation untuk buat suplemen. Tapi kat Malaysia ada regulation. Orang cakap US FDA hanya control drugs. They don't control supplement. That's why for me to send Tongkat Ali ke US senang, tak ada masalah. As long as my label follow the guideline, I'm okay. They don't even look sangat for the GMP and all this stuff thing. And we also have very good infrastructure. And our infrastructure ni bukan hanya kepada kilang, our infrastructure juga kepada people, researchers. We have amazing researchers. I have traveled to a lot of university in Malaysia. Memang they are brilliant. Memang dah banyak research. Tapi kita ni tak pandai nak commercialize, and that is the biggest problem that we have. That's why we need people like you, yang you have idea to commercialize your idea. Kita punya kerja, kita akan make sure that your product is good quality. Macam ada somebody in the group was talking about dia punya turmeric in one of the chat group that I joined. Memang turmeric ni saya tiap hari ambil especially masa COVID ni, you must eat turmeric. Especially high bioavailable turmeric. So what makes a great product? One, narrative. Cerita. Macam our postnatal is very popular in Vietnam. We are number 1 in Vietnam. In fact, our tanah merah postnatal lebih popular in Vietnam daripada in Malaysia. Hospital also pakai tanah merah postnatal. Pasal dia punya narrative, dia punya selling tu is very, very strong. Lagi satu, USP. Kalau coach cakap ni mesti ada talk about USP. Unique selling proposition. Apa yang buat produk you unique? Kan macam dulu iPhone kan. Bila dia mula buat tu, produk dia memang unik kan. Pasal I remember Steve Jobs punya first presentation, I remember the presentation very well when they introduced the iPhone. I saw it, I remember. Dia kata, I'm going to introduce to you the best stylus in the world. Kan stylus ni kan yang tunjuk-tunjuk tu kan. Yang tulis-tulis tu kan. Masa tu everybody want to do a stylus. Dia kata, I'm going to introduce you the best stylus in the world. Everybody was so excited. And then dia tunjuk, this is the best stylus in the world. Your finger. That was when everybody was moving towards a pen. Dia go back to basic, dia buat fingers. And then he created the phone based on your finger. The phone, iPhone ni orang banyak tak tahu, it is all about your fingers. And that is the unique selling proposition. Jangan bila ada somebody buat produk yang popular, macam dia buat suplemen yang popular, oh kita pun nak buat the same thing. You can follow, tapi you must have something unique. That's why kita as a company yang buat manufacturing, kita tak ada catalog. Because I want my product to be unique. Tiap kali you datang kat kita orang, kita discuss dulu. Kalau you tak nak discuss, then we are not the right people lah. And then integrity. This is very, very important. You know, somebody asked me before, what are the most 3 important thing for you to develop product? I said number 1 is integrity, number 2 is integrity, number 3 is integrity. And integrity ni also is a concept that is very strongly to halal concept. And integrity ni bukan hanya limited. Orang kita ni mesti tak ada babi. Everything babi, takut. Tapi mercury, kan nak cakap tadi kan, kalau produk tu ada mercury, of course the produk tu haram. Kalau you jual satu produk, tapi produk tu you know doesn't work, tapi you claim, macam-macam you claim, transaction tu haram. You know, because you know the product doesn't work. Itu that means you menipu lah. It's why you claim macam-macam you jenis claim. For me, for us, kalau kita develop a product, tiap-tiap produk itu will have a lot of information. Tiap-tiap, kalau macam you nak pakai I love habatus sauda. So if I develop a habatus sauda for you, I make sure the habatus sauda extract, kalau you nak buat claim tu, is standardized. Dia ada trademark, dia ada brand name. You make sure dia ada standardized kepada active component, it's called thymoquinone. You know, thymoquinone is what make habatus sauda ni effective. Very well researched. I help with the research, apa yang ada in the market, I'll compile it and help you. Pandailah you buat marketing. Kita orang ni bodoh marketing, kita pandai buat produk. And then also integrity ni is also halal and thayyiban. Kita tak boleh lari daripada halal dan thayyiban. Pasal selalu orang kita ni fokus hanya kepada halal. Tapi thayyibannya tak. You know, bayar bribe. Rasuah tu haram. Tak boleh harus, tak boleh makruh. Rasuah tu haram. You know, how could you sell product, you rasuah dulu orang tu. Dah haram lah produk tu. Yeah. And then presentation. Back to what I was talking about the Japanese. You know, kalau siapa yang pernah pergi Jepun, you tengok Japanese punya presentation. Amazing. Produk tu can be so basic, tapi dia punya presentation punya amazing. Memanglah cantik. Tak semestinya mahal, tapi classy, you know. You know, for my client, I also encourage them to look at presentation, where the presentation must be presentable. Tak semestinya dia macam konsep barat. Apa salahnya konsep Melayu? Kan? Konsep Melayu ni memang cantik. You know, our batik. Tapi cara you present tu, I have kalau you pernah tengok Amway punya postnatal kan? Padahal it's a very traditional product. Tapi we do it in such a way that there is like a gift. Orang boleh beli Amway, set bersalin Amway tu, give it as a gift. Kalau tengok set bersalin tanah merah tu, you give it as a gift. Ada somebody dalam one of my group lah, dia cakap, oh I love tanah merah product because sebelum I fly overseas, I buy tanah merah product as a gift. You know, tapi our packaging tak mahal. Tapi we do it in such a way that, you know, it is presentable. And this is something that you have to consider. I mean, spend a bit of money, make sure the presentation is effective. Right? Especially kalau you nak jual produk, macam-macam competition ada. So you have to make sure that your presentation ni yang menarik mata lah. Documentation. This is important. If you want to go, especially international market, if your documentation is not strong, nak masuk ke Singapore pun tak boleh. Jangan cakap masuk big market like Europe or Vietnam or Indonesia, dia punya documentation requirement is very, very tight. And this is alhamdulillah something that we are very, very strong. So far kita orang dah buat business manufacturing ni dah 20 tahun lebih. We so far have not been tak dapat presentation documentation untuk klien kita orang. Bila dia nak export, kita boleh dapatkan documentation. Tapi depend lah, kadang-kadang kalau the documentation tu not possible, it's not possible lah, kan. So lagi satu, justification. This is what I was saying just now mengenai part of integrity. If you want to make a claim, you make sure ada backup. That means the claim memang ada research to say so. You know, you cakap, oh, my product ni ada turmeric is bagus for anti-cancer. We try to justify, you know, cari the research. I work with you, my team will work with you. Memang kita selalu pun, when we do product for client, nanti they will give a dossier, apa, okay, this particular extract, this is the advantage. Kita list it down for you. You use it in your marketing. You know, that's very, very important. Jangan kadang-kadang kita nak ambil produk, oh, daripada gunung something, tapi where is the justification? Because at the end of the day, people nak tengok scientific research, you know, benda-benda macam tu, kan? Okay. How do we help you to create your product? Ni proses, okay? First, kalau macam you nak buat produk lah, ini talk ni kalau for those who want to do product, you can always contact us later. Or even you want to do a product dengan orang lain, hopefully not necessarily, oh, you must do product dengan FHERB. No, that's not the whole point of this. The whole point of my talk is for you to look at what make a good quality product. You all have to be empowered because you have to remember, ya, bila you jual tu, you are responsible. Bila anything bad happen to people, you are bertanggungjawab. You know, bukannya tanggungjawab manufacturer. Of course tanggungjawab manufacturer adalah. Tapi you sebagai brand owner tu, you tak boleh kata, oh, ini bukan salah kami, ini salah orang yang buat ni. No, that is your brand. Your brand is yours. You cannot say salah orang lain. So you have to make sure tiap-tiap benda yang you buat tu, you own up to it, you know. So if you want to do a product, this is our process. First, we sit down and we talk. You know, we will talk, you know, we get to know each other. But product ni is very personal, because you must know what you're doing. Talking is very important. Tu kadang I Zoom ni tak suka sangat, you know, because you know you sort of lose that connection. You'll be surprised. I have big client, brand yang besar, nengok dia terpampang everywhere dekat billboard rata-rata satu Malaysia and all that. They're very big. They come to us, oh, Cik Faisal, saya not happy dengan my kilang sekarang ni, saya nak buat produk macam ni, can you buat or not? Dia cakap, boleh puan. Dia cakap, ada ingredient tak? Apa dalam? Tak tahu. Maksud aku, you tak tahu, you jual produk. Dia kata, tak tahu, itu kilang saja buat, saya jual saja. Cannot. You are responsible. This one I very strongly believe in. And also, this is another mistake. Kalau you buat dengan kilang lain, you make sure kalau produk tu perlukan NOT atau perlukan MAL, you make sure you pegang the NOT dengan MAL. Never, ever, ever allow kilang contract pegang NOT dengan MAL. That means you kena register your token. You have to register your token. Memang dia a bit extra work, tak mahal pun, beratus ringgit je. Token tu sekali, second 4 tahun ke 3-4 tahun lah sekali. With that token, we can register it under your name. As a rule, kita dulu. Oh, sorry. Suara ada orang cakap tadi. As a rule, you must own the product. Because just say like you launch a product, you buat dengan kilang contract. Tapi the MAL dengan token tu kilang tu pegang. Alhamdulillah, produk you jual 1 bulan beratus ribu, berjuta-juta. Produk tu bukan yours tau. Brand saja yours. Produk tu belong to the kilang tau. Justlah kilang tu jahat, dia nak orang cakap, orang kita cakap apa ni, buat taik lah. Kalau dia nak buat taik, dia cakap, okay. Oh, produk you sang, you order banyak okay, I nak increase double the price. Dia kata, tak boleh. Dia kata, oh, kalau you tak nak, tak apalah. I cancel your product. You tak ada hak. NOT atau MAL tu akan dipegang oleh kilang tu. So this is rule number 1. You make sure when you nak buat produk, whether dengan FHERB ke dengan kilang lain, you insist on the token tu mesti your token, jangan kilang tu punya token. Bad mistake. Memang I tengok banyak orang datang to my kilang, dia kata token ada, oh token tak ada. Dia kata macam mana you buat produk? Dia kata oh kita guna token kilang. Never do that. Kita takkan buat. I know some client tak suka, Tak apa, kita ajar dia why you need it. And then bila kita dah talk, and then kita propose. Kita propose letak produk, and then kita kira lah how much is the cost and all the stuff thing. And then selalu for us is much easier kalau macam klien datang cakap, Cik Faisal saya nak buat serum. I say okay, serum. Kita dah discuss cakap. Then selalu I cakap what is your budget? Dia cakap tak apalah you propose. Ni lagi satu. Buat produk ni macam nak beli kereta. Kalau you nak pergi beli kereta, you dah ada already in your mind, you dah ada budget kan? You tak ada pergi kereta, nengok-nengok je lah. Harga kancil dengan Mercedes-Benz completely different. No, you tak boleh pergi kat cycle and carriage tu, Mercedes-Benz, and then dia kata, I like lah this Mercedes-Benz, tapi I nak bayar berapa? 30,000. Mana boleh? Pasal you mesti ada budget already. This is very, very important because if you do this, nak buat produk ni macam nak beli kereta. Kalau you nak buat serum RM10 boleh, satu produk. You nak buat serum RM100 pun boleh. You know, so it is easier as a manufacturer. You already have a budget. Macam recently, I'm talking to these two girls. They told me, Cik Faisal, my budget is RM20 serum, complete dengan packaging. Dia nak buat premium lah. RM20 tu boleh consider quite semi-premium lah. You know, dia nak buat RM20 budget dia, because dia two young girls, two Chinese girls, they are starting up, they have saved RM10,000 untuk produk. So dia kata, okay, RM20, kalau RM10,000 tu, we can do 500 unit lah. I say 500 unit tu a bit small, tapi first order, it's okay, we can work with you first order, but second order must be 1,000. You know, so she agreed, because budget dia RM20. So with that budget, I can give you equivalent. Tapi kalau macam you come to me cakap budget, oh my budget RM10, I give you equivalent to RM10. You know, so it's good that you have this idea when you want to do product, because why is this so important? Because as a brand owner, you also must know what is your target price. Kalau you buat produk tu, you markup mungkin 4 kali. Okay, if my cost to FA Herb RM10, I can sell RM40. That means with that 4 kali tu, you boleh actually bayar your wholesaler, your dealer, distributor. Kalau you ada MLM, you boleh give your BV points, all those stuff things, you know. So that's why this is very important. You must come with an idea at how much you want to sell. I mean, of course, the product, what is your budgeted product cost, and how much you want to sell. You must have this idea. It's not my place to tell you, this is something you have to decide. And then bila kita dah agree, mungkin you nak keluarkan 5 skincare produk, and then what we do is that we test. We test, that means kita dah agree harga, and then we formulate for you, then we give it to you, you kena test sendiri. You like it or not, lepas you pakai, rasa kulit kering lah, okay, then we improve. Kita selalu kita test about 2 kali lah. If you want to do more tests, then we have to charge you, tapi kita charge, kita orang pun charge ni very basic. And then bila you dah agree product, you dah suka bau, the smell is suitable and all that, then we do. So this is the for concept of how you create a product. Not only with us or with any kilang that you go to. You talk to them first, you calculate, then you test, and then you do. I think what coach say is right. In fact, actually I lupa cakap tadi apa yang macam Dato' Rosman said, yang macam dia punya advice kan, advice dia semua memang very berguna. And this is one more thing that from my observation as a business person for many years, berpuluh-puluh tahun ni, one of the biggest pitfall as an entrepreneur, kita ni caca marba, semua nak buat. Everything from A to Z. I know somebody, dia nak buat penanaman, nak buat kilang, nak buat retail, nak buat marketing, semua dia nak buat. Tak boleh. You focus. You have to identify what is your strength. If your strength is marketing, focus on marketing. I have client yang a bit controversial, not a bit controversial, very controversial. Dia jumpa dengan I, dia cakap, Cik Faisal nak keluar produk, pasal selalu kena kacau dengan Kementerian Kesihatan. Dia kata, okay, tak apa. You focus on your marketing. Cara your marketing tu terpulang lah. Who are we to say anything kan? But I make sure your product are high quality. And then kalau any issue Kementerian Kesihatan, we will help you. That means I have my team. selalu pergi jumpa Kementerian Kesihatan, my team daripada designer, selalu designer kita encourage to do outside lah. Tapi we have internal designer to help with the touch up, and we have a regulatory body, we have halal people, GMP, semua ada. My staff banyak ni kerja itu je lah. Pasal dealing dengan Kementerian Kesihatan yang pening kepala dah. Okay. So okay, kalau macam you nak buat NOT for cosmetic, all this information kalau you nak, coach, you can share kalau dia request. Okay, so
Boleh share.
You please share. For me memang anything you want just share. Tak ada. Kalau you dah datang dan tengok kilang so boleh datang tengok. Tapi itulah COVID susah sikit lah. You know, kita orang tak ada secret recipe, tak ada semua. Kementerian tak benarkan pun. Kita orang tak ada.
Kat hijau sekarang kan, Faisal? Kilang kat hijau kan? Kilang kat hijau kan?
Kuala Selangor 1, hijau ada 2. Tapi orang banyak datang hijau lah.
Hijau paling besar kan?
Actually paling besar space is Kuala Selangor. Pasal dia ada bigger line. Tapi yang modern dekat hijau.
Saya dah pergi yang Kuala Selangor tu kan?
Oh lama dah coach. Kena cari juga lah coach nak.
Okay, silakan.
Okay, so untuk NOT ni senang. NOT ni dia 3 ke 7 hari saja kita boleh apply. Tapi NOT ni is notifikasi, bukannya registration. So bila you buat produk tu, nanti my people will make sure, tapi tak guarantee lah, kementerian ni they keep on changing the rules sometimes. Make sure that produk tu akan lepas NOT. Bila dia lepas NOT, then you can start selling. Tapi kadang kementerian dalam masa setahun bila dia dah ambil produk tu, dia akan meeting, kalau dia cakap ada isu, they can cancel your NOT. So NOT ni hanya notifikasi, bukan guarantee registration. Okay, kadang-kadang that happen, rarely but that happen. Then you actually have to appeal to kementerian, masuk balik NOT, you have to appeal, cakap let us finish our stock yang label packaging ni, and then we can apply again. So this is memang the process. It's a bit inconvenient, tapi the good thing is that you dapat your NOT very very fast. Okay. Kosmetik, bahan kosmetik kegunaan luar, you boleh dapat within 3 to 7 working days. It depend lah, kalau dia ada query, dia ada question, 3 to 7 days insyaAllah boleh dapat. Kalau tak ada query, tak ada question lah. Okay. Ni lah yang paling pening kepala, MAL. MAL ni memang is makan masa. You can see the process. Kalau you dapat kopi ni, you can see the process lah. And then kadang they ask a lot of question, and unfortunately dengan kementerian ni dia punya question kadang dia tak combine all the question. Bila you dah answer, and then you dah jawab, and then you resubmit, and then they ask other question yang tak ada kena dengan first question. So on average kalau you nak buat MAL ni kadang-kadang makan lebih kurang 1 tahun. So apa yang cover MAL? Supplements, herbal tea, or anything that you consume tend to kena MAL. Especially kalau you buat, even if you buat external, tapi you buat claim, medical claim, then kadang-kadang ada MAL. You know, so we will advise you. Kadang-kadang produk tu, okay, don't make this claim. Kalau macam you buat, for example, you buat a cream, the cream tu untuk how do you say, calm the skin. Okay, boleh borderline NOT, or beautifying the skin boleh. Tapi bila you buat cream tu cakap boleh improve blood circulation, or cream tu untuk luka, tu kena MAL. So my people would sit down with you to advise you what your claim to be. Okay, and then this is another thing, process halal for application. So halal ni kadang makan between 4 bulan and above. Tapi before you nak apply halal, I'm not going to go through the detail lah, banyak nak kerja. Nanti bila you dapat a copy, you can request from coach, you dapat copy, you can go through this. Okay. Bila for you to apply for halal, your product mesti ada NOT dulu atau ada MAL. Kalau you nak keluarkan kapsul, say kapsul habatus sauda, Selagi you tak dapat MAL, you tak boleh apply halal. Okay, so that means 1 tahun untuk dapatkan halal, dapatkan MAL, and then lagi 3-4 bulan and above untuk dapatkan halal. You tak boleh buat concurrent lah. So this is just the requirement lah for MAL and halal. This is the fees. You tengok the fees is there, so I'm not going to go through this. Kita orang kita tak charge a lot untuk buat this because to us is part of the service. Kebanyakan most of the fees basically is the fees that we are required to do the test or the fees that we are required to submit to Kementerian Kesihatan. Macam MAL ni memang mahal, you know, dah dekat 4,000 dah. So memang kita tak tu. Okay, so I have a bit of time. So I'm going to talk a bit about, you know, pasal kita cakap pasal produk-produk kan. Kadang bila dengar cakap produk Malaysia ni, especially produk Melayu ni, boleh ke masuk international? My answer, yes, boleh. You know, and it have been proven. You know, macam for example, you look at macam Tanah Merah postnatal set. We are sold in Japan, we are sold in Vietnam, we are very popular in Vietnam. Tanah Merah produk kita dah masuk 14 negara. And alhamdulillah kita dapat masuk Japan tapi just before COVID. So now the COVID, the world is opening bit by bit. So kita nak fokus balik. Our order to Japan has started growing balik. So hopefully soon I boleh fly to Japan and do a lot more work dengan my Japanese partner. Macam dekat Tanah Merah postnatal ni, kalau kat Vietnam memang popular. Hospital pun ada Tanah Merah room, you know. So, and dia punya konsep ni very Melayu tau. We are very proudly Malay. Our konsep ni, kita tak refuse to say, oh, our product ni, I pernah ada one expert. He's an actor come marketer lah. Very popular expert, marketing expert. Dia cakap, oh, kenapa produk you ni, your product is very nice, the quality is very good. But he said, it's terlampau Melayu. And I said, what's wrong with Melayu? Kan? Dia cakap produk you ni tak ada, you know, you should have like, what do you say, formulated by one Mat Saleh name. If I mention this guy, you all will know lah, he's quite popular. I say dia marketing, he claim marketing expert lah. Dia cakap, don't you put, you know, formulated by certain Mat Saleh name or something. I said, no. I said, why should we be embarrassed? Produk daripada knowledge Melayu. I said, no. I said, and I remember, tapi masa mula tu memang susah. Nak jual kat orang kita ni memang susah sikit. Pasal kita, I tak tahu, kita ni kadang saya rasa ada inferiority complex. Kita rasa produk kita ni tak bagus. Okay, I remember Frida Liu daripada BFM, dia pernah tanya, what is the hardest thing for you to do when you want to sell Malaysian brand? I said, to sell to Malaysian. Biasa mula-mula Tanah Merah kita buat produk ni, I tell you, yang memula beli produk Tanah Merah ni, bukan orang kita, bukan orang Malaysia, expat. Bila kita launch Tanah Merah ni, expat yang banyak support kita. You know, because they tengok, oh, I love this product, it's very local, but it's also very premium, very safe, documentation is good. You know, tapi we stick to it. We stick to it, orang kutuk cakap, your bungkus macam belacan lah, you know, kenapa tak pakai kotak cantik, kenapa kotak warna brown, we don't care, we stick to it. You know, but now it is a concept now that everybody like recycle, okay? Another global, this one you all know lah, linggam lah. My house memang mesti ada linggam. I travel dengan linggam, you know, and this is something that a lot, like macam Tanah Merah, kita mula jual in Germany first, then we came back to Malaysia. The same thing with linggam. Kalau orang masa, my first time I taste linggam ni when I visit my sister dekat US, dia ada chili sauce. I suka chili sauce. Masa tu dulu kita orang Kimball, right? Kimball dengan Maggi kan. So when I went to the US, I said, tak pernah tengok lah linggam ni, memang sedap chili sauce dia, tengok made in Malaysia. I said, how come we've never seen this brand? They were very popular in the US, then they came back to Malaysia. Okay, and of course, our fellow, this is a brand that I'm very proud of, Biotropic, 5 star. Kalau siapa yang tak tahu, 5 star ni is Nuprep Tongkat Ali. Tahu kan Nuprep Tongkat Ali yang terkenal tu? This is a completely research done all by Malaysian. Amazing, amazing brand. I use their Tongkat Ali for some of my product, you know, and they have export. So you know, and this is just a small sample of Malaysian product that can go international, and all your products. Siapa yang pandai buat tempeyek, tumpi itu, please do. Memang sedap sangat tempeyek dengan tumpi ni. Okay. So for those who want to connect with me, okay lah, coach. I think just nice, perfect. 11:30. I was like keep on looking at my time. So you can scan if you want to contact me. Sorry. If you want to WhatsApp me, if you have any question, or if you want to set an appointment ke, you want to have a look at my kilang ke, tapi kilang ni selalu we talk first lah before we bring you to the factory. So you can you know, you can either WhatsApp me, don't call me, I kan tak jawab, or you can email me, atau if I tak jawab, you can talk to my colleague Tammy. Tammy can help to set up the appointment and all that. Okay, so I would end my presentation today with just a simple word. You know, kalau kita orang ni, kita nak buat produk, you have to own it. Okay? You have to be responsible for your product. Memang kita orang semua nak buat duit, kan? Tapi you have to make sure that whatever that you do is the right way to do product. Whether you do with me or you do with other kilang, you own it. You know, kita nak buat duit tak susah. Memang senang nak buat duit. Tapi nak buat duit cara halal ni susah sikit. You know, tapi kalau you nak buat duit dengan cara halal, you mulakan dengan produk yang halal dan tauliban. Okay, thank you very, very much.